welcome back to another video. I'm Sbahlem Kize and this is my channel. If you are a regular Dzegular, a regular liker, a regular sharer, honey, thank you so much for coming back once again, baby. And if you are new here today, welcome to the channel. Make sure that you click that subscribe button so that you can join the regular Dzegulars. Okay guys, I feel like I haven't sat in front of you guys in a minute. Or rather, I haven't actually sat down since we hit 8,000 subscribers. I don't think I've picked up the camera since we hit 8,000 subscribers. Wow. Wow, guys. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Like, I cannot tell you how happy I was in that moment. And I was with someone that I love. So it was even better. Like, they celebrated with me. So it was just like, oh, guys, it was amazing. It was amazing. Just thank you so much. You guys, I can't tell you enough. Like, I put in the consistency and I put in the work. But if no one actually watches and engages with my content, it doesn't really reach a wider audience and I don't reach the numbers that I want. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for my regular Dzegulars, the ones that have been here since the beginning. Thank you so much, my loves. I appreciate all of you and welcome to the new regular Dzegulars, okay? Like we love each other, we are positive in the comment section and we engage. So before you carry on with this video, honey, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, okay? And you watch those ads, please, my love. That will mean the world for the world to me. And then make sure that you share this video and, you know, subscribe if you haven't already. Do all that good stuff. I love you loads. Okay, guys, so today I'm doing the highly requested video. Okay, a lot of you guys want to know more information about this. So if you don't know already, I am a teacher here in China. I've been here for 4 years, and recently this past year I decided to further my studies in education and enroll with Moreland University in the United States. Now the reason why I wanted to do this is because I have been teaching English as a second language for 4 years and I realized that I loved it, and it wasn't like a plan of mine to be a teacher forever, but it's just one of those things that you stumble over. Like I stumbled over my gift, you know what I mean? And God is just like, actually run with it. And he opened up the doors for me to be able to study and further my studies in education. So basically I have an undergrad in sports science. So now I'm doing a master's in education, specializing in teaching multilingual learners. So the reason why I wanted to do this video is because a lot of you guys picked up on this, obviously, and I did let you guys know, and you had some questions, and I dropped a questions tab on Instagram. If you don't follow me already, check out my Instagram. I'll put it in the screen. Make sure that you engage there as well, because I do day-to-day stuff there, and it's always just fun to engage with the regular Dzegulars in the DMs. So yeah, guys, I put up a tab on Instagram and I asked you guys to ask any question that you have Moreland related, and you guys came through with really great questions. So the way I'm going to structure this video is I'm going to answer these questions. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys everything that's on the Moreland website, because then I can just send you guys the link and you guys can go read for yourselves. I'm going to answer the questions that you asked, and I'll add one or two, you know, things that I've experienced while studying with Moreland. Okay, so let's jump into the questions immediately. All right, so question 1 is, hey Sba, how does the masters or their masters compare to the SALTA certificate? That's a great question. Okay, so first let's define what a SALTA certificate is. SALTA, TESOL, TEFL, all those acronyms are for certifications that you need to teach English as a second language. The master's program or the teaching license teacher preparation program for Moreland is not that. These programs or these things that they have at Moreland are not preparing you to be an ESL teacher. Those are preparing you to work in international schools as subject teachers or age group teachers, like specific grades. So those are not for ESL students, but just for students in public schools, international schools, wherever the case is where you'd like to study. So the difference between them is major, because TEFL, TESOL, and SALTA are for people like me and you who started off with just degrees in outside of education and you want to go abroad and teach English immediately. So that is what you get. It's short term, it's quick, and it allows you to work in countries like Asia, South Korea, Dubai, depending on where you're going, right? And then there's these who are the Moreland and other international schools, international universities that offer the teaching license or master's programs that prepare you to be subject teachers or work in international prestigious schools like that. So that is the difference between the two of them. Okay, so the one obviously holds more weight because it allows you and gives you more opportunities in schools all over the world, whereas the CELTA and the TEFL and the TESOL only offer you opportunities in countries that require teachers to teach English as a second language. I hope that makes sense. All right, the next question is TESOL accredited, or can I only use or you can only use it abroad for TEFL? Okay, so I hope then the question that I answered before clarifies this, because she's asking if it's TESOL accredited. So this is a United States master's program. So if you are someone who wants to get something with TESOL, that means you do not want to go teach abroad. You want to teach only in South Africa. So why would you study something that doesn't hold any weight in the country that you want to go work in? Rather, if you know that you want to be an international teacher, go do what you're going to do to make sure that you get into international schools. But if you want to stay in South Africa and teach in South Africa, do a degree in South Africa. Get it accredited by TESOL because you're going to be in South Africa. Okay? So then, when you're going abroad, you just need a TEFL. You just need a TESOL, or you just need a CELTA. You wouldn't need, when I say abroad, China, South Korea, where they need second language, English second language teachers. But if you want to go to Dubai, I would highly recommend getting a teaching license. Or you want to go to Europe somewhere, or somewhere in the States, get a teaching license, because those guys are not English second language learners. Their public schools are have proficient English speakers, so it's wise to get a master's or a postgraduate degree in education. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the next question is, what was the process you went through when using your essay qualifications for applying to that uni? Okay, so this is a great question, because once again, I'm going to put everything on the screen for you guys to see the requirements, and I'm going to put the links in the description box. But something I want to highlight is the degree equivalency and the 3.0 GPA. So basically, as South Africans, we are known as people who have non-US degrees when it comes to applying to universities in the States. And so when we do have non-US degrees, that means we need to get an equivalency score, meaning they need to actually compare it to a bachelor's degree in the States to see where it stands, you know what I mean? And then it also you need to get a GPA of 3.0. So there's agencies and companies that do that. I did mine with IEE, and I paid about 4,000 rands, which is about 2,000 RMB, and I had to pay for that. So that's one of the steps that you need to consider when you're applying for non-South African universities, more specifically USA, because they do require an equivalency score or reports to see where your degree stands. Do you qualify in terms of the GPA system that they have there? So that's one of the steps that I followed. Otherwise, just the normal writing an essay about why you want to enroll, having a bachelor's degree, an actual bachelor's degree in my hand that I could send a copy to them, as well as the regular Dzegulars stuff, experience, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But everything is on the screen so you guys can see that for yourselves. Okay, the next thing is, what career paths are you hoping you will be able to venture to after completing your master's? Now, this is a great question, because obviously when I was doing research to find the school to work for, or the school to study through rather, I had to make sure that the school would offer me a US issued teaching license. And I say US issued teaching license specifically is because many of these international schools that I want to work for in the future, I need to know that they see my teaching license and they see that it holds weight in the space of education when it comes to international schools. Now, obviously, if you're doing any masters, not just the United States, any masters does hold weight in international schools, especially a master's in education. And so when people are looking for possible employees or candidates for teaching jobs in the international schools, one of the first things they look for is a teaching license. And then when they see that it's a US issued teaching license, even better. And then obviously the master's adds weight to it. So I say this to say, when I started the teacher preparation program for Moreland, which is the 9-month-long program where it is a requirement to do that program before you apply for a teaching license. So without any person, not just South Africans, even Americans, if you want to get a teaching license, a US issued teaching license, you need to do a teacher preparation program. So I was midway through my teacher preparation program when I realized, hey, I really like this school. I like what they're doing. I'm enjoying their content. It's 21st century. It's not traditional sitting and listening to the lecture, you know what I mean? And you can still do your work independently. that is when I decided to switch over to the master's program. And that still allows me to get a teaching license at the end of the program. So think of it this way. There's steps. There's a teacher preparation program that is 9 months. And then there's the master's program that is 1 year. So Mina, as I was about to complete this teacher preparation program, I decided to upgrade. And both still result in me being able to apply for a US issued teaching license. I hope that makes sense. And so if you are someone who doesn't want to do a master's and you are feeling like, hey, I just want to do the teacher preparation program so that I can walk away with a teaching license that will open up doors for me, that will carry credibility on my CV, that will, give me that ability to apply to prestigious international schools. That is your option. Do that, okay? And if you want to get a master's as well as a teaching license, do that. So Moreland offers both, okay? I hope that makes sense. I say that a lot. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm making sense. But also, when you talking information and no one is like agreeing. I hope you guys are agreeing and saying, okay, Swa. Anyway, okay, so the next question is it like a PGCE or is it an MBA? And can you then get placements to work in the USA? So I've already answered that question. So it's not the same as a PGCE. Two different things, two different curriculums. It's a master's. So Puma the M.Ed, Masters in Education, okay? And yes, with it, I can go get employment in in schools in the US, okay? But also, this depends on which states I decide to get my teaching license from. Because unlike other countries, obviously the states has states, and each state has their own regulations and education policies and the way that they issue teaching licenses. And when you get one from, for example, Moreland offers from, I have it written down here, they offer teacher certification from the District of Columbia, Arizona, and West Virginia. So all three of these have different requirements and different things that you qualify for. So meaning in West Virginia, it could be for grade 6 to grade 9 and only this subject, you're allowed to teach in that state. And if you want to take that teaching license and teach in another state, you can't do that. You need to get a teaching license for that state. So it's very nitty-gritties, but you then have to decide if you want to go teach in the States. I don't want to teach in the States at the moment, but I know that my teaching license from any of these districts, any of these states holds weight in Dubai or in South Korea or even here in China. All the international schools there still recognize it as a US issued teaching license. Okay, the next question is, hey Sba, if you do not have a PGCE, can you use the Moreland teaching license to teach in SA? I would say yes. It would obviously be international schools, not public schools. And in South Africa, we do have international schools, so you would just have to do your research and find a school. But I think no. I think you'd have to have at least in South Africa, because they have to go through SACA, you have to get like actual educational background, etc., etc. Too many things. But an international school, I feel like in South Africa you could. Okay, how much are the fees? And can you get a bursary? So I'm going to put it up on the screen for you guys so you can check it out. So basically, the Teach Now Teacher Preparation Certificate Program, the 9-month one, full payment is $6,000 US. I'm going to put everything in rands as well so that you guys also have context. You can pay monthly, okay, by paying an initial $800 US and then 8 monthly payments, which is what I was doing. And then there's obviously a non-refundable registration amount. And then the master's program, which is what I've switched over to, is the full payment is $13,000 US, and the initial is $1,000 US with 12 months of the $1,000 US installments for 12 months. And yeah, so I've just had to upgrade my installments, and so they've just added more money to it. So I'm gonna go until March. That is how long I'm going to take to do my master's, okay? And yeah, they do not, unfortunately, they do not provide any funding for their program. Okay, guys, so the next question is it accepted worldwide? So once again, international schools, prestigious schools, and also in the States, you can use it, as well as in the UAE, Korea, Europe, a US issued teaching license holds a lot of weight in schools all over the world. So yes, it does. Other than South Africa, I feel you need to actually find the right school. But yeah. The next question is, do they offer a PGCE and where is the uni based? So they do not offer a postgraduate diploma in education, and the university is based in America. Can you teach in Dubai with the teaching license? Is it equivalent to a PGCE? So these questions are pretty much repetitive. I feel like I've answered your questions. And yeah, the rest are pretty much the same questions that you guys were asking. But I do want to close off this video just saying that, guys, please take, make sure you do your research, okay? And figure out what you want to do, okay? Because for me, and I'm going to share my story in hopes that it gives you a little bit of vision or a little bit of guidance on how to approach it, okay? So I have a 5-year plan, 5-year plan in terms of my career. And for me, it's important to move into the space of curriculum development and training. Because you guys know me, I love to be with people, I love speaking, and the trajectory of my career, I feel like needs to move in terms of training people to be teachers and training curriculum and developing curriculum. And so it was important for me to get some international experience, especially when it came to getting my master's. And so that is why I decided to get enrolled in a US based university, because a lot of the curriculums used in these international schools are from America. And so I need to understand, I need to know the different things that we in South Africa have never been exposed to in terms of Otishabet, you know what I mean? And so number one, I needed to find something that could support my career choices. Another thing I told you guys numerous times is that I want to be able to be versatile in my teaching. Right now, I have some experience with young kids and I've been enjoying it, but now I feel like I need to actually get some elementary or primary school experience. I don't know if I'll end up in high school. I don't think I want to, but I want to move into primary school space so that I have, some variety on my CV and it's not just pre-K or kindergarten. So these are the things that you need to think about before enrolling into university. Which university can support your career goals and which one can give you access to the places, the things that you want to be able to achieve. Okay, so that is something that I wanted to share with you guys, because a lot of you want to enroll into Moreland, but you don't really know what you're signing up for. Like, Moreland is a 21st century school. They are producing 21st century teachers who do not go by the textbook, who don't believe in one size fits all when it comes to teaching, who believe that abantwana learn differently in the classroom, and as teachers, you need to create safe spaces for kids to not be sitting at a desk all day looking and listening to you, but rather have corners for kids that work better with images and music, and have corners for kids who work better with writing, have corners for kids who work better with technology, have corners for kids who work better with verbal cues, whatever the case may be, or who need STEM to further understand stuff. Like, it has to be a little bit more 21st century. So I say this to say the PGC in South Africa can be a little outdated when it comes to the international space. So if you want to be someone who's going to be international, who wants to go get jobs abroad, who wants to work in international schools, and who wants to get there and understand the jargon. It's the jargon that we need, and the understanding of the big curriculums and things like that. That is, I feel like, something that you need to investigate. There are plenty other schools, guys. Moreland is not the only one. It's obviously what I'm gonna talk about it, because it's what I know, and it's been good to me. It's been accommodated to my schedule. It has been busy though, I'm not gonna lie. It takes a lot of discipline because you need to submit. They don't wait for you. If you slow down or you get lagged behind, you stay behind and you join a cohort that's joining, because there's only 10 to 15 of us in a group, and we are together for 9 months, and we get to know each other, we evaluate each other, we watch each other's teaching videos. Like, we're in that point now where we're giving each other critique on the practicals. So definitely be aware of that. Be aware that it's not the traditional sitting and listening to the lecturer speak the whole time, then go back and write an essay, come back. Like, no, we make videos. Like, at some point, okay, I feel like I'm telling you guys everything now, but I'll be like, hey, At some point in the first 2 modules, I was making content for YouTube and content for Moreland. Like I would shoot videos, edit for you guys, and then shoot videos and edit for Moreland. That would be how you submit videos. Sitting down and having reflections, writing reports, and then saying them into the video instead of writing a whole essay. Do you know what I mean? Like you're learning skills as you go. Someone who comes into that program not knowing how to edit, leaves knowing how to edit, using all these amazing software and apps to make your videos better, to make your classes more engaging for your learners. So yeah, that is basically what Moreland is. And I really hope that I answered most of your questions, but I really recommend that you go to the website and you check it out yourself, read up. And they do provide a service where they can call you back or email you, like a sales agent over there can call you or email you to give you the handbook and answer any of your questions. So utilize that, okay? It's free, doesn't cost a thing, and they are always willing to hear more and answer your questions. So yeah, that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like I was just going, but I had it in my mind and I had it in my heart and I needed to share it, and I wanted to answer these questions, but I also wanted to keep it short because I think the most part is that you need to do your own research, okay? I tried as much as I can to give you the information that you need, and if you still have more questions and some that are not answered, drop them in the comment section. I will be happy to answer them for you. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching till this point. I love you loads. See you guys in the next video.